The camera adds £5.
I know.
Which means there's 10 cameras
There's
on
10
me!
cameras.
Yay!
Hi, I'm Ali McLaren and welcome to the Wednesday Weigh-In at the Weekend vodcast, week 6. You join me this week in the Kingdom FM reception area. You'd normally expect to find Carenza Thornton here. She would be holding fort here, making sure that everybody is doing everything just right and keeping the office functioning. This week it has me because we have a bit of a challenge on. Challenge laid down on Wednesday by the guys on the Wednesday Weigh-In. After another successful week for them, they decided to challenge me to lose any weight this week, just anything. And if I don't, then I have to do the rest of the podcast naked from the waist up or wearing a dress. You'll find out shortly which of those I'm doing.
The Black Eyed Peas on Vice Kingdom FM, 26 minutes after 2. I'm Ali McLaren and it's time for the Wednesday Weigh-In at the weekend. This is the part of the show which I'm just so nervous about. I'm partly dreading it this week. I'm partly looking forward to it this week for many, many reasons. One of the most important reasons being that on the podcast, the Extra Portions podcast this week, I was set a challenge. And that challenge was to lose weight, just any weight at all. Otherwise, I have to do this week's vodcast, which will be out tomorrow night, naked from the waist up or in a dress. I don't have any dresses, so I guess it's going to have to be the former then. So I don't want to do either. I just want to lose weight. It's pretty simple. Of course, this week as well, I have got an extra little sort of bonus, which is that if I manage to do this, there's a cookie that Hannah from the Odeon has baked and has left in the studio, and that's going to be my treat. Seems like a fair enough treat to me, really. Get a cookie for losing weight. Of course, that probably means I'm going to put a lot of weight on. And there's a few reasons why I've got to lose weight this week as well, because if I don't, next week's going to be even harder. But we'll talk about that later in the program. Let's do it then. Time to stand on the scales. I will move across to the scales over here, and we'll find out. Last week, what was it? 15 stone 1.25. Just get the scales all nicely warmed up. They're warmed up. I stand on the scales and we find out what has happened. In some ways, I'm expecting a lot of weight loss. In other ways, I'm kind of not as well. I now know what my new weight is. Last week, 15 stone 1.25. I'm still heavier than I started, but we have weight loss this week. We have weight loss, people. 15 stone and half a pound. That's what the weight is. So there we go. A weight loss, a modest weight loss certainly, but a weight loss nonetheless. Still heavier than when I started. We've got we had the sheet this week showing what the different weight losses were, and yeah, I mean Barry nearly a stone. Off there, Darren about £10, Gary £6, and me I put on 2.25 pounds, or I had done up till the start of this week. So yeah, it's what, a pound heavier. You know, a pound is neither here nor there, but it is still a pound extra weight that that I didn't have, and it's meant to be the Wednesday Weigh-In, not the Wednesday Weigh-On. So so yes, it's almost like I haven't quite got the idea of this. Anyhow. I'm quite glad to have got a weight loss. Didn't really want to do the vodcast without clothes or with a dress on. Although I would have done it, I would have done whatever I needed to do. However, very glad about that because again, it was quite a challenging week from the point of view of I thought that the eating was quite good, but I worked from home a couple of days during the week because I had the cold. So wasn't getting my usual sort of wander to the train and then from the train back up the road. The days that I was in the office though, and I was off on Monday as well, because I'd taken the day off. So basically there was 2 days a week where I was in the office, but on those days that I was in the office, I tried walking a bit further. So rather than getting the train from the usual train station, I walked to a different one and got the train from there into the centre of town, and that seems to sort of help a little bit. You know, it's not a huge thing, but the point is it's little changes like that that are going to make the difference. And you're not going to see the difference in a week, but if you keep on doing this, and over time you will see that kind of difference. Now, personally, I know from experience that a few years back, I stopped taking the car to work and I started taking the train. And as a result of that, I was doing the 10,000 steps that they reckon you should do every day. I had a little pedometer that I used to wear. I used to do that, you know, Monday to Friday. We would do the 10,000 steps, which was up from a normal 3,000 steps in an average day, and that made such a difference. And the proof that we have of that is my little nephew was born that year, and there's a picture of me holding him, and I look so thin, especially around about the face, but I just looked so thin. And it was the first year that I'd done the running, and yeah, it was good. So, know it can be done, know how easy it is to do it, know it just takes a little bit of time. You're not going to see an overnight change. Now, this coming week it could all get quite interesting, because I'm going away to do a course, and it's one of these ones, it's a boot camp style course where you for 5 days, in this case, it was 12 days the last time I did one of these, for 5 days you're studying from 8:30 in the morning through to 7 o'clock at night, then you have your dinner, and then you read up into the evening on what you're going to be learning the next day. So it's a pretty intensive thing, and there isn't really a lot of time to do anything else. By the looks of it, the actual training centre is on a really beautiful piece of countryside, and it's by a lake. So I'm taking my running gear with me, and the idea is that we'll get out, we'll do a bit of running. There's a health centre there, there's a golf driving range, all that kind of thing. So we'll get something done. We'll try and do something every single day, if for no other reason than it'll be a nice break away from the studying. So could go either way. The food as well, they do very healthy meals down there. They actually stipulate in the course literature that they don't do a full English breakfast in the morning. And the main reason being they know that it makes you sluggish throughout the day, all the extra sort of fats in that. So it's a very healthy breakfast, and I reckon that actually all of the meals that you get during the day will be quite healthy. And although there's free snacks and free tea and coffee and all that, I tend not to, even if those things are about, I tend not to have them. And if you're distracted doing something else, that also helps. So we shall wait and see. My personal target for this time next week is that we'll be underneath the weight that I started at, which was 14 stone and 13 pounds. We're getting underneath that. 14 stone and 12 pounds is my target for next week, and there's no reason why I shouldn't do it. Thanks for watching the vodcast again, and we'll see you next week.